What's up guys, my name is Jada. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be telling you guys what your local pediatrician's office wish you knew. I am a CNA, I work at a local pediatrician's office and I really love it, but there are definitely some things that I feel like I've learned that it would be good for parents and kids to know. So that's what I'm going to be telling you guys about that today. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you get notified every single time I make a video. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first thing your doctor's office wants you to know, especially in 2022, do not come in if you are positive for COVID. If your rapid test says that you're positive, you can pretty much trust it, you have COVID, especially if you have symptoms already. Just don't come in. There's nothing your pediatrician's office can do for you if you have COVID. We don't get antivirals. We can listen to your lungs, but if there's a problem, and you can't breathe, you'll be able to feel that, and if you can feel that, go to the ER. You don't need to be coming into us, exposing us all to COVID. No one really wants that. We have to gown up. We have to put on our goggles, we have to shut down the room for an hour after you leave, and we don't want to have to deal with all that. I realize we're healthcare workers, but that doesn't mean we want to get sick. So just don't come in if you have COVID. You can make a virtual visit. I know my doctor's office has that, or go to the ER if you have a concern, but otherwise you really don't need to be coming in to see your doctor. If you already know you're COVID positive, there's no reason to come. So please don't come in and expose all of us to COVID if you do have COVID, because I've been exposed way too many times, and it's not just me testing people and them being positive, it's them coming in knowing that they're positive and wanting to be seen for no apparent reason because there's nothing we can do for you. So yeah, don't come in if you have COVID. The next thing, if you are bringing multiple kids in for an appointment, please be patient with us because it is very hard to work up 2 or more patients at a time. We have to go in and out of both charts, keep track of which kid has which symptoms. It's a lot, so please be prepared to wait a little longer, be patient. We're going to be all over the place because it is not the easiest, especially if you have more than 2 kids. I've definitely had situations where 4 kids were brought in, 2 kids were the ones being seen, but there's people that look alike. I don't know if they were twins or what, but they were siblings that look very much alike. So bear with us as we're trying to get it all figured out, make sure we have each kid's information kept separate and know what's going on with each one. Also, if your kid has an appointment, you don't want to bring in a different kid and ask them to be seen if they don't have an appointment, because we have appointment blocks specifically timed so that there's time for that kid, not for you also bring your other sibling to be seen for if they have something else going on with them. Please only bring in the kid that has the appointment. We're just making an appointment for multiple kids. Don't bring in multiple kids in one appointment because we do not have time for that, okay? So be patient with doubles. Only bring in the kid that has an appointment. If you bring in another kid that's not being seen, it's fine, but please try to keep them out of the way. I definitely had situations where I'm trying to work up one kid and there's another kid that's getting in the way and talking to me, and it's very cute, but we don't have that type of time. So bring the kid that has the appointment. Next thing, come on time to your appointments. It's not that difficult. When you make an appointment, we send you multiple reminders. Please come on time. It is very frustrating when someone comes late and then everyone on the schedule after them gets pushed back behind, and those people get upset because they're being brought back in late even though they came on time, because we have to work up the people with the earliest appointment first usually, and that really messes up the schedule for the rest of the day because I'm scrambling trying to get caught back up because I had to work you up and you came late. So please come on time. You can come early if you want. If you do come early, you can't necessarily expect to be seen earlier because sometimes that works for you. Sometimes we're just waiting around for someone to come, but most of the time we can't necessarily see you earlier because we're working up patients that had appointments before you. So if you can come a little bit earlier, that's great. Come on time at the very least. Don't come late. More than 15 minutes, just turn around, go back home. No one likes those appointments that are 30, 35 minutes late, or we've seen multiple patients that were on the schedule after you. Now we have to backtrack and see you. Mess up the schedule for everyone. Just don't do it. Please don't. Come on time to your appointment. If we send you messages, come on time. The next thing your pediatrician's office wants you to know, please prepare your kids for any type of tests or shots they have to get done. I don't give shots, so I can't speak on that necessarily, but I know I have to do COVID tests and flu tests and finger pokes. If your kid is old enough, make sure they're prepared and they know what's going to happen. I've had kids break down in tears when they hear they have to get a COVID test or a strep test. Make sure they know what's going to happen and they're at least a little bit prepared, at least especially if they're older, because I'm not going to hold down your 8-year-old. If they need a COVID test or a strep test, they're going to have to cooperate on their own. I am a small person and I'm not going to be fighting your child. So you're gonna have to like get your child to cooperate, hold them down, do whatever you need to do so that they're like working with me so I can get this stuff done on them. Cause like if they're like a little, that's fine. Like we're used to having to kind of hold them down and give them like their finger pokes or their COVID test or whatever. But no one wants to hold down your 8-year-old. You're gonna have to do that yourself, or just like tell them about it so they're like mentally prepared to deal with it. And yeah, I know especially for the older kids, it's just like very frustrating when they're like freaking out, and I'm like, I'm not holding you down, so you're gonna have to deal with that on your own. For the little kids, it's very helpful if the parents help when we are trying to do something with them, whether it be holding them down for a COVID test or whatever, because like I can't hold down your little kid on my own, and I don't want to hurt them, obviously, so it's more helpful if the parent is doing the holding and I can just like do whatever test needs to be done. So please be helpful with all those types of tests, because we want to make your kid feel better, but we can't if they're fighting us. The last thing a pediatrician's office wants you to know is we are not going to fight you on vaccines. If you don't want to vaccinate your kid, that's fine. Your kid can get chickenpox. That's fine with me. I don't really mind. But I don't really need the attitude when I ask if they want their shots. Because if their kid isn't caught up with their shots, it's my job to ask, oh, do you want these now? And like you're free to say no. Like that's fine. But I feel like every time I ask when a kid isn't caught up with their shots and I'm like, hey, do you want these? It's always like a whole like long-winded explanation of like, this is why I don't want my shots, this is why I don't believe in vaccinations, and like that's fine, that's good for you. Your kid might not be able to go to school, but like that's fine for them. I don't need the explanation. I'm just asking you a simple question, and it's not like a personal feeling for me. I don't really care if your kid is vaccinated or not. That's your decision. I don't need the attitude. So that's what your local pediatrician's office wants you to know. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.